Hi everyone, it's Christina from Christina's Art Corner. I had gone ahead and filmed me going ahead and doing some of my coloring book audit, and I did not like the lighting. It was very too bright and also made what I was doing blurry. So I'm going to not do over what I've already done, but I'm going to start with a Hanalin that I had out, which I ended up in my video that I'm not going to put up, with some Hanalin books. So we'll start from there. I had gotten a head start before I went to Florida to be able to see how I wanted to do this. That's why I didn't start it off with you all, but there are plenty of books for us to do this audit, and I'm going with a more standard approach as far as writing down all of my untouched books here, and I'm just going to double check that this is able to be seen by you. So here is what I'm writing on when I do the untouched books, like this. Now Ashley had given me a good idea, imperfectly Ashley, and she had mentioned to make spaces, but I tell you what, since I just started, I don't think I want to erase anything. But this is what it is looking like when I do write, just in case you cannot see. My writing is very small to fit it in. So that is what the untouched page looks like. And then this is the books that I've colored in. This is what this is looking like as well. It was a little easier to see because it's in pen, whereas I'm doing the other in pencil, just in case I get rid of any of my untouched books and destash them. I figured I would go ahead and do it in pencil. All right, so we're going to probably run out of room here, so I'm just going to do a quick guide here on the next page. And I'll zoom you in on the editing and hope that it turns out a little better than the previous one. And let's see here, I can use, since I've gotten back to Florida, I haven't gotten all my supplies back together. So I just want to make sure that since I don't have a ruler, that I go ahead and mark my line here. All right. And I possibly need to replace the lead in here. Possibly, yes. Let's see, where did I put my lead? It's in here, I believe. I believe. Now this may actually not be the lead for the one that I'm using, but we'll try. It'll be a colored lead. Let's see what works. Let's see what works. Right, let's stick those in there. Do we have a working pencil? I think we may have. All right. I tore these out of the Coolest Homes book that I had, and these are velvety. Oh, fun. Okay. So let me go ahead and draw. Well, discombobulated this morning. Discombobulated. Let me do the straight edge, not the tear out edge. Shmoo is with us behind me, so he might be chewing on his bone. All right, and then I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in here. So let's go ahead and mark this one. That's pretty good, mostly. Okay. All right, and then let's put books I've colored in at the top. And I'm not going to put in the as of 8/1/24 because that'll just be known by me. Hello, Shmoo. I do feel you, babe. All right. We could, let's see, am I going to need, it should be okay on the untouched books, but if we have to come back, we will. All right, let me put that away. And I don't think I have one of my small washies. Let me get one. We've got a few to select from here. Let's maybe do a pink. And let's see if I can find the edge. That's always tricky. Especially with nails. Huh. This one hasn't been started yet, so I can't see where the beginning is. Maybe we'll go with one that has a beginning already. Might be the one I used before. That's fine. To save time, we'll do this. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run it all the way down, and then I'll slice off the parts that I don't need. Oh. All right. Now what kind of straight edge do I have? Here we go. So for this, we went 2 down, 1, 2. There we go. I'm gonna Shmoo here someone outside. 1, 2. It's okay, Shmoo. It's okay, bud. It is okay. And then down here, we're 3 up. So 3. And then 3 on this one. All right. So we have even edges. And then I can just erase my pencil mark. On both sides. All right. Okay, I think we're cooking with grease now. So we have our untouched and our books that I've colored in. So let's go ahead and begin and see what we come up with here. All right, so I had left off on the Fairy Tale Princesses Hannah Lynn, which was an untouched book, but I do know the one I'm about to show you is one I've colored in. So let's go ahead and get this one ready and the pen. All right. Whimsy Girls Around the World by Hannah Lynn. This was one I got off of Etsy. And in this one, I'll go from the back at an angle. I think it got me to the first page. Yes, this is one that I did with some alcohol marker and also used some pencil, and I also used washi tape. This is all washi tape. In fact, it is part of the planner tape that I used. I'll show you. It's one of these tapes here. It's this one combined with the one that I have on this one, I believe, similar. And then I went over it with Mod Podge glitter. I'll see if you can see that okay. Just so that I know that my lighting is okay down here. Yep, you can see the shine. Yep. All right, so we have one so far. And then I believe I just have one more whip, which I can't count. And this one here. So I have this in my whip pile that's to the left of me on a drawer set. So I went ahead and took all of the books that I had whips in and put them together so I could start working on those. So let's go ahead and write down Whimsy Girls Around the World. And that's Hannah Lynn, and I've got one done. All right, so that's the first one. And then next we have Debbie McComer's Holly Jolly Christmas coloring book. I believe this is going to be one that I have not colored in. I got this, I think, last Christmas or the Christmas before, and I don't think that I have colored in it. So let's see if I'm correct. It has really fun pages in it. But yeah, it's an untouched book. So let's go to our pencil and do Holly Jolly Christmas. And that's by Debbie McComer. All right. So we've got another one down, and then we're heading into some Carla Magana books. This one is Cosmetica, and I have a few that I haven't started in yet, and this may be one. I'll have to grab my Tropagoth book. Cosmetica is untouched. Cosmetica. Carla Magana. All right. Then we have the Eerie Patisserie. I think this is another one. I like collecting her books. I'll eventually get some of these, but I think it is an untouched one too, and that is Snappin' Lead again. Okay, Eerie Patisserie, and that's by the same, oops, gosh, snapping it again. Must be pressing too hard today. All right, the next one is Spooklets, and I believe I didn't start this one either. Yep, Spooklets. And that's by Carla Magana. And then we have Belle Pipistrelle. And I believe this one was also, I had bought a bunch of books from her actual website. So this wasn't a batch of books that I bought from her. I also love her. Okay, Shmoo, I will let you out. I bought some candle wax cubes for my candle wax warmer. And oh my gosh, she makes the best scents. If you go to her website, you will find, let me let Shmoo out of the room. All right. We will find some that I've worked in for sure, Dropagoth. All right, Desert Muse. Yes, this one also is going to be an untouched. Desert Muse. And then we have Aesthetica Synthetica. And I feel I've done one in here. Let's see, I had one marked I'm gonna take out. Let's see, I've done this one that got all crinkled up. Okay, so we have one. And here is a whip that I started with pointillism. So I can't really count that, I didn't finish it. So let's do one in books I've colored in. So that is Aesthetica Synthetica by Carla Magana. And that's the one. All right. Next one is Deco Dolls. And it looks like I have a whip in here. Didn't finish that one. Shouldn't take much for me to do that. I might go ahead and take this one out and put it with my whips so that I can finish. Also, I should do that to this one with the pointillism in it. Yeah. Okay, so Deco Dolls. Deco Dolls, that's... Well, actually, I didn't finish that. Let's see here. Let me erase. Let me erase what I did here. And let's put it on the untouched books, and then I'm also going to put it in my whip section because I would like to touch some of these whips, Deco Dolls, before the end of the year. Deco Dolls, Carla Magana, and I already did the Aesthetica. And let me put these over to my side here. Whips. There's my whip section. It's larger than I would like. Then I have the Wicked's coloring book. That's another untouched. I've been focusing on Tropigoth, so I am not surprised that I have a bunch of untouched ones here. Okay, and then Spooky Sweets is probably going to be the same. Yes. All right, and then Hot Tropics. I think I've done one in Hot Tropics. Let's see. Or maybe not. Maybe I had just marked one to be done. Yep, Hot Tropics. Okay. Okay, Shmoo brought his ball. Now, moving into Clara Markova. Now, you can't squeak that ball in here while we're doing this audit, sir. Sir. Okay, back to where we were. Fairy Miracles, Clara Markova. All right, I did the very first page. It looks like I have some, what are these called? Nouveau drops on here. Used pencil, and then I did my Mod Podge glitter on here. This was an earlier one. I think I probably did this close to 2 years ago now. All right, so that's one. Here's another one. This is with pencil, and then I used a Sparkle Pop silver to line quite a few things here. And in the fire, yeah, this was a fun page. Fun, fun, fun. All right, so that's two. That may be it. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go from the back. And here is three. I didn't do a background for this one. I do have some glitter effects on there too. And the wreath on the berries. I can see my coloring, my blending was not so great back then. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these were like 2 years ago. So that's three. And let's see, I did this mushroom, but I'm not gonna count it because I didn't finish that. All right. I think that was it for here. I think there was three. Oh, I did do this page, so that's four. I believe I used my polychromos for this one. All right. So that was 4 in Fairy Miracles. And that's Carla Magana. Markova. Clara. I knew I was getting something wrong. Clara Markova. What did I say? 4? Yeah. Okay. And then let's go into Fairy Touch of Magic by Clara Markova. Don't think I need that in there. Started but didn't finish. I just gave it a base, so that doesn't count. Well, here's one finished. Old style OG coloring. Pencils with some Mod Podge glitter. So that's one. Started but didn't finish. I know that's Inktense back there. Okay, so that was 1. Okay. So we have 1 in Fairy Touch of Magic. And that is by the same illustrator, and that's 1. And then we have the new little secrets from my fairy house. And let's see, I did a front page here, which, wow, that's a mess. I mean, some of it's really cool. I have some metallic watercolor over here. And I love the Inktense background. And I did the Mod Podge again. It looks cool from certain perspectives, but not all. All right. Well, she did a page. She did a page. I think that was the only one. Yeah. Okay. So, little secrets. From my fairy house, and that'll be 1. All right, and I think we got to start on to the new page for the ones I've colored in. And then here is my focus book, which I just made a focus book, and this is Fairy Celebrations. And I just started working on this page that I showed you all while I was in Florida. I've given it a base of watercolor pencils, and I believe it's the only one because I wanted to pick an untouched book to make a focus book. All right, so that is, let me put this back in here. All right, that'll go in untouched with pencil, and that's Fairy Celebrations by Clara Markova. And that'll move on to the colored when I'm finished. So I'm going to move this one over. And then this one here is Journey to the Sunnyland coloring book by Anna Miar-Szynski, and I don't think that I've colored in this one. Now Shamu wants to come back in. It's just like a little kid. I actually bought this book for this image. I think Color with Claire might have colored this one. She enticed me. Yeah, there's duplicates in here. So this is untouched, and this is Journey to the Sunnyland. Just gonna shorten it, Sunnyland, and that is by Anna Miarczynska. All right, so let me get another stack of books. Okay, before I get my other stack of books, I forgot to put in my Tropigoth for Carla Magana. So I think, let's see, it's gonna go on my books I've colored in. All right. Yep. All right, let's go to Tropigoth. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Did I miss? Hold on, I miscounted already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at all that glitter. 5. And this one was the one that I messed up and never finished. 6, 7, 8. And I had bleed through on a lot of pages. 9. So I think that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's 9 for Tropigoth. Let's see, did I start on? All right, Tropigoth. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Now I'll get another stack of books. I've got to turn them over to keep them in order. There we go. Okay. Millie Marauders. This might actually be a destash. I like Zendoodly things, but I've not cared for this one. So I'm going to destash this one. All right. Let's see here. Next one is Sharpener I by Christina McAllister. I do love the artwork in here. I just don't see myself coloring in it. I think I've had it for a couple of years. Let's see when this came out. It might have been an older book, but 2019. Yeah, that's another destash. All right, now we have Fantastic Structures by Steve McDonald. These are huge books. And this is the one I did in here. Used a bunch of metallic watercolors on here, you can see, and glaze pen, and then I used Graphitint and Posca. Yeah. All right, so that's one done in Fantastic Structures. And this is Steve McDonald, and that is one. Okay. And then we have Fantastic Cities. And let's see, I did this one. This is Amsterdam. I've got some navy blue acrylic here. I remember I used, I might have used the Derwent, the Graphitint, but I know I also went over with pencil too. I don't recall which, but a lot of this is water-based. All right. So that's one. All right, one in Fantastic Cities. And that's by the same illustrator. Shmoo's going to town on his bone. All right, Fantastic Collections. I think I've done one in here. I think it's the sunglasses page, unless that's in the next one. Yeah, it might be the next one. Okay, Fantastic Collections, I think, is a compilation book. So, oh, that's okay. We're going to be writing one in there. All right. Fantastic Collections. And this is Steve McDonald. All right. I think it's this one that I did. Yeah, I've already got wax sheet in here. So I've done this one here, and this is all kinds of metallics and glitters. All right, this was a fun page to do, nice and relaxing. And then I was gonna do this page, but I never finished it. That was all inks. All right, so that's one. Yep, one. So we've got Fantastic Coloring. Same illustrator, one. Okay, now we're moving on to Lulumeo, and we have Kawaii Tarot. And I've done the Lovers page. Let's see, I've got some little glitter ghosts here. That's some 3D glitter action there. Use pencils. I feel like I should have done a whole lot better on the rabbits for sure. But it still counts, even if it's not my fave. Alright. Kawaii Tarot by Lulu Mayo. I've got to remember to put my baby animals. Yep. Let's go ahead and do this one. Baby Animals is a focus book for me. You saw in my last video where I was showing my planner. So let's see. Pretty sure I did one. Yes. This was in April. Lots of pencil work. A little bit of gold glitter. All right. Okay, Shmoo. Okay with the ball. He is truly a baby. He wants to be everywhere we are, which most dogs do. But if you're gonna hear him whine at the door now. Oh gosh, Shmoo. A million baby animals, and this is the same illustrator. And that's one. And I've got to put it back where it was. A Million Owls. I know I've done one or so in here. And it looks like what did I do there? Oh, you know what? I used, what did I use? I want to say that I used like a marabou crayon and then used an alcohol marker over it, and a colorless, and it bled through. That's some early learning there. So I did a double page spread here. It's all pencil and the marabou crayon. So that's 2 pages. Oh, it's here too. 2. And then 3, 4, This was some ink and then water droplets on it for the background. And then polychromos. So that's 4. Okay, 4 in a million else. Great. A Million Mermaids. Yeah, I remember I have this whip. I don't need double marcation here. So I can't count that. And I think that's the only one I've done here, but I am going to put it in my whip pages. So A Million Mermaids. And this is by Lulu Mayo. All right. That'll go in my whip section. A Million Kawaii Cuties. I started one that I absolutely don't like with super tips. They're too dark for me to base. So I don't know if I'm coming back to that one. It's going to be untouched. A Million Kawaii Cuties by Lulu Mayo. And A Million Little Monsters. I've got a whip in the back, so can't count it. We have this page I did for Halloween. It's 1. Yep, it's 1. Okay. A Million Little Monsters. Lulu Mayo, 1. And then A Million Cute Animals. We have this page. I had used a red matte acrylic. And I've got some sparkly husks here. And I believe I used polychromos for this, and then I have a bunch of glitter, and then I also used, don't lose your words now, gold leafing, right? It's the copper. So that was cute. So that's 1. I think that might be the only one. 1 and done. Okay. A Million Cute Animals. 1. Okay, on to the next stack. After this stack, we're gonna call part 1 finished, because I'm in the mythographic section, and I need to remember to include Wild Summer, which I think I'll go ahead and do. I have one to complete with a buddy this month that I'm not getting to, most likely, which I need to message her about. Okay, think. Mythographic, Wild Summer. I forget which illustrator it is. Is it Fabiano? I won't put it, that's okay. That's okay. Well, you know what? I'm really not quite at Let me see if I'm doing any destashing. No, let me go ahead and erase this. Let me wait. It's just better to wait. Okay, let's just go with this book. The Coloring Book of Scotland by Auld Muldoon. I have one flagged. Edinburgh Christmas. That's the one that I wanted to do. Store No Way. Okay, untouched book. I'm just gonna do Book of Scotland. All right. Okay. Next one is by Deborah Muller. It's Dragon Life. These are such really cute dragons. But I actually think that I'm going to destash this book because I have other dragon books that I prefer. And the thin paper, well, yeah, I'm destashing. Then Deborah Muller Fall Vibes. I think I may have done one in here. Oh yeah, this is an early one. Blast from the past. This was, when did this book come out? And I'll tell you. Does it say? I don't see a date so far. Huh, no date. But look. Got the Mod Podge glitter on here again. That was really rough coloring. Yeah. Not very much shading. A poor attempt at one if I had one. It does have some nice metallic in the background, but then it can look mucky by some way that I turn it. But I do have one done in it, so let's count it. I don't know, do I want to? I don't think I want to keep this one either. Oh. I know all of you Deborah Muller fans are like, no. I don't know, I just never got into it, to be honest. I think I'm going to destash. My granddaughter might like that one. Okay. Now for the mythographic. Now I can do. Let's see here. Wild Summer. And I want to say it's Fabiana, but I don't know for sure, so I will leave that one. We've got Aviary. I know I have done one in Aviary. And it's this one. This one turned out really cool. I love all of the metallic, the matte black background. And I remember doing a polychromo blend on here, but I based it with watercolor markers first. I love this raised area in the beads and her jewelry. And this was a metallic watercolor here. So yeah, she turned out cool. That's one. I want to say that's the only one that I've done in here. Yeah, one. So let's do, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a title so I don't have to keep writing. Mythograph. graphic. And let's do aviary. And this is Joseph Katim Bang. And we did 1. And let me go ahead and put an underline under that mythographic. Okay. Then in Dream Garden, it looks like I have plenty I wanted to do. I pre-based this. And I did do this one, but I didn't finish. Yeah, I didn't finish. I also didn't finish this one, but it's so close to being finished. It's a shame to be putting these in the category of untouched with 2 whips. I guess that's what I'll do, but I'll put it in my whip section. Another whip. Or I can consider this done. I think I'll consider it done. Even though it's not great, I will consider it done so that it can go in my books that I've touched. And then I'll go ahead and put this book over with my whips so that I can get that done. Whoops. Still need the illustrator. So we have Dream Garden. And this is Fabiana Atanasio. And we have 1 plus. Okay. And then I think if I have a bunch, which I know I do, of untouched, I might do that off camera, just not to bore you with the flip throughs. Let's see here. Okay, here's a bookmark. Do want to do that one. That's untouched. You see, I bookmark them and then I don't do them. I've been doing more of them lately, but I was shy to get in these books first. Magical Earth. I know I have several in here that I marked I wanted to do. Yeah, I wanted to do the fishbowl. I'm just gonna take these out because there's no point in keeping them in, because I might decide I want something else. Yep, love the giraffe. This is another one of my favorites too. I love this one. Fairy Wonderland I just got. So I know that I have not done anything in that one yet. Menagerie. We have, well, I'll keep that marked for winter. And also that one. I even have on here what I want to do for this one. Bless. Life gets in the way sometimes, guys. Enchanted Castles. Dreamweaver. And Wild Winter. I have this one with the cat. And I put on here that I wanted to make it a black cat with everything else being colorful. Yeah. Got the ideas, just haven't been able to, well, this came out. Haven't been able to implement. All right, so let's do the one I do have one in, which is Deep Blue by Fabiana Atanasio. What is this? Tape. Okay. All right, so I did this one. I love this one. I've got some of my Sparkle Pops in here. Pentel Dual Metallic. And then back here was alcohol marker or watercolor. Or was it Inktense? Believe it might have been Inktense. Some of it with using an alcohol marker to activate it. And then I've got some Prismacolor and Polychromos on here. I've got some gold metallic here. And I love how the crabs turned out. Yeah, it's one of my favorite pages. So that's one. And this is the second one. This is the mermaid. I did this in this year's Mermaid. And this has a bunch of metallic watercolors and did her in pencil. And I also used the Gamzai Tambi opals for the shell. So, and tail is metallic watercolor pencil. So that's two. I love how this turned out too. Yeah, so I've got two in deep blue. And I think this is a good stopping point, like I said off camera. I'll mark down my untouched because I think I have to start another page anyway. And to not bore you with that, I've got the same illustrator. And we've got two. I keep wanting to write like a number 2 or number 4. Okay. So there we have it. So we made some good progress. I started to write a little bigger so that hopefully you could see it. It's not as small. So we have this here and this here. I didn't make my lines very dark on here yet. I might go ahead and eventually maybe do pen over this, but my feeling was if I go back on my untouched books and I decide that I want to de-stash some after I've already written them down, I could erase them. That was kind of my initial thought. We'll see if that sticks. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more books. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 more books that I colored in. So we're making the progress. That's for sure. This is part 1 for you all. Like I said, I got started up through Hannah Lynn -1 book prior to starting the series, but I think we'll continue like this and see how it evolves. And I'll decorate a little bit on the edges and bottom of the pages. I think I went down 1 lower than I did on this page, did I? I think maybe, yeah, that's not a big deal. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm getting ready to come up on some shelves that have quite a few that I've colored in. So I think if I have any, I think Mythographic is the one that I have the biggest section of untouched books. I also have a whole shelf of my Japanese and Korean books. I've separated my color by numbers. So that'll be another section. Otherwise, we're continuing in alphabetical order by illustrator. So you all have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Happy coloring. Bye-bye, everybody.